Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by as Pointless Statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is Chris Angler and his family, found in the Krasarong Wilds. And this is a place where everybody is fishing. There's people on the beach fishing, there's a Pandaren chilling in a fishing boat, there's a Pandaren that's meditating and fishing, which is kind of fun. And then there's his whole family, which is, you know, the kids, where I don't know if they're his actual kids or like his nieces and nephew or whoever, right? They're just fishing with him, or they're just kind of running around sitting there. And then there's the dog with the squirrel on his head, which I wish that squirrel was fishing. That would really cap this all off. But that squirrel is actually from Pointless Top 10 Squirrels, by the way. I also don't know if this Angler Chris is a reference to Chris Angel, because I mean, this is kind of Pandaria. I think that's when Chris Angel was actually popular, but I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's just a coincidence, but I thought of that. But the other reason I put this on the list is it's just a nice relaxing area, right? You've got this beach house with the lanterns and all the fishing gear all around. You've got the sunset and the water and the trees. It's just very majestic, I would say. And then, you know, everybody's just chilling on the beach fishing. It's just a very relaxing ambient area, except for the crocodiles fighting people in the background. Ignore that. And that's why Angler Chris and friends are number 10. 9. Number 9 is Old Man Barlow, and Old Man Barlow is located at the Silmir Lake in Terrakar Forest. And Old Man Barlow is well known because he used to be the fishing daily quest giver back in Burning Crusade. And he would give you quests ranging from bait bandits to crocolists in the city, fell blood fillet, shrimpin' ain't easy, and the one that got away. And then that would give you a bag of fishing treasures, which would contain numerous fishing treasures, as you might have guessed. There was the 2 ring, which was a reference to the One Ring, Lord of the Rings. There was numerous companions, there was a fishing hat, there's a whole bunch of stuff you could get. And I mean, Old Man Barlow's just an old man fishing. That's all he is. He's just standing there in his fishing boots with his fishing hat and his fishing gear, and he's just fishing. And there's a bunch of basilisks all around, but they don't attack him for some reason. I guess they're just like, that's Old Man Barlow. We can't attack Old Man Barlow. And so for all those reasons, that's why Old Man Barlow is number 9. 8. Number 8 is Urk, and Urk is an orc child located near the Watchtower a little north of the Crossroads in the Northern Barrens, and he has a pet wolf called Fang, and they just kind of run around this area and have a little fishing story. So he'll walk into the pile of supplies in the room, and he's like, where's my fishing hook? Oh, there it is. And then he walks to the pond, and he's just like, let's see if the fish are biting. And then he tries to see, and then he's like, I think I need better bait. And then he checks his father's wagon, and then he's like, Quillbore scraps, these should do the trick. Fish love Quillbore. And then he walks back to the pond, and then he's like, caught one. I'll see if the guards are hungry. Come on, Fang. And then he runs to the tower, and he's like, I caught a fish. And then they're like, oh my god, you bring honor to the horde, thank you. And then he's like, zug zug. And that's pretty much the Urk and Fang story. I do love how Urk, when he fishes, he doesn't even cast his fishing line. He just kind of goes up to the water and like wiggles his hands around. He's like, dude, I caught it. Like, is he doing some sort of magical fishing cast? I don't even know. And apparently Urk and Fang showed up in the Legion pre-patch invasion. I don't even remember that, but I guess it happened. So that's why Urk and Fang are number 8. 7. Number 7 are the Rustburg Village Fishermen, and the Rustburg Village Fishermen are Tauren located in the Rustburg Village in Tol Barad. And these were just really weird to me. It's just all these Tauren that look exactly the same, standing around fishing in numerous spots of the village on the docks. It's like, I don't know, I got some weird vibes from it. And apparently it's a weird thing because if you read the lore on Rustburg Village, it says it's a fishing village and port located in Tol Barad, and although of human construction, its current inhabitants belong to a number of races from both Horde and Alliance. Both leaders of Horde and Alliance refer to the residents as bandits and wackos and report that they have been picking off Alliance and Horde forces that stray too close to the village. Their actions are highly suspicious and they will attack anyone that dares enter the village walls. And I mean, they're definitely onto something because all these Tauren looking exactly the same is what freaks me out the most. Like, they're all fishing, they're all dressed exactly the same in the same outfits, they have the same like water buff swirling around them. I don't know if it's some curse that they got or some spell that they're under, but whatever it is, it's weird, and that's why they're number 7. 6. Number 6 are the Iskara fishermen located at Iskara, which is in the southwestern Azure span. And I really wanted to put some Tuskar on this list, and I was looking through all the different Tuskar villages from, you know, Wrath of the Lich King and Dragonflight, and the reason I picked the Iskara fishermen is they have boats. And that was really the primary thing, is they got their little fishing boats, and they just cruise around fishing in the boats. And I love that. I think it's so cool to watch them just sail around. There's like the Tuskar kids in the boat fishing with the big Tuskar. It's just, you know, they're having a great time just chilling and fishing, although I don't know how they're fishing while they're sailing, because you would think the line is like getting a little too far away from where they cast it. But listen, I don't know. They're the master fishermen. I'm just some guy that likes fishing and makes videos about it. Plus, I love this area. You've got the snow falling, you got the pine trees back there, you got the water and the ice. It's a really beautiful area. But hey, you know what? Shout out to all the other Tuskar that are out there fishing as well. But these guys, they just got fishing boats, and that's why I decided to put them at number 6. 5. Number 5 are the Gorduni ogres fishing at the Gordal Fortress in Talador. And the reason I put these on the list, especially higher up on the list, is I remember flying over this and just being so surprised that there was a bunch of ogres just chilling fishing. Like, when I think of ogres, I don't know about you, but when I think of ogres, I'm like, yeah, smash rocks, right? They're just like, oh, me do hard work, me beat you with giant stick, me go fight in war, right? I don't really think of ogres as like, come on guys, let's go fish. Like, it doesn't feel right. I don't know. I think I'm judging a book by its cover here. And you know what? I think these ogres just genuinely enjoy fishing, and I think one of them started it, and then he just told his friends, and then they started fishing, and now you've just got a whole group of ogres that are out here fishing, having a great time. And I love that. And that's why the Gorduni ogres fishing in Talador are number 5. 4. And speaking of ogres, Jack the Hammer is number 4. Although I don't think he's an ogre. I think he's a hobgoblin, right? He's something like that. But he's still a large-looking ogre man, and he has his giant mallet that he beats people with, but he has stuck a fishing pole into it, and he goes fishing with it. And I love the innovation. Just true engineering genius from Jack the Hammer. And if you don't know about Jack the Hammer, he was initially found in Kazan, and he owed the cartel money, and he was hiding out in the slums. And after that, he joins Gazlo and his grease monkeys, and currently he can be found fishing in Orgrimmar. But I chose to record him in Mechagon because this is initially where I saw him fishing with his weird fishing pole contraption. And I love the fact that when you talk to him, he says, fish here too crunchy, which I guess there's probably a lot of robot fish here and he tried to eat them or something. I don't know. It's Mechagon. I guess he could have also caught like spare parts and tried eating those. But either way, that's why Jack the Hammer and his awesome fishing innovation is number 4. 3. Number 3 are Nat Pagle and all his friends at the Angler's Wharf located off the southern coast of the Krasarong Wilds. And I chose this Nat Pagle out of all the other versions of Nat Pagle because I really like all the people at the Angler's Wharf. You've got the Tuskar guy, you've got the panda guy fishing off the dock, you've got the monkey hosen with a fishing pole, you've got the panda guy passed out with the bamboo fishing pole on top of him. You got everybody here. But obviously I had to include Nat Pagle on this list. I mean, he is one of the most famous fishermen, if not the most famous fisherman in all of Azeroth. Nat Pagle also has his own line of fishing equipment and can be found in several locations around the world, offering training to aspiring fishermen who seek him out. But he states that he has no particular interest in fishing, but has been fishing for 20 to 30 years. He also says that fishing is a great excuse to drink heavily, and therefore he enjoys an occasional drink now and then. There's also this weird thing in Old Hillsbred where Nat Pagle's fishing with Hal McAllister, the fishing vendor of South Shore, and he tells McAllister about his dreams of events that will happen in the future, like Tarn Mill being overrun by undead, Arthas killing his father, Thrall escaping from Durnhold Keep, and a bunch of other stuff that all comes true. So I don't know what Nat Pagle is, or how he has these dreams, or why he's all over the place, but he is, and that's why he's number 3. 2. Number 2 are Fenwick Thatros and Killian Sonatha, located at the Lordamere Lake Dock near the Decrepit Fields in Silver Pine Forest. And in Classic WoW, there is actually a quest to kill Fenwick and bring his head to Verimathras at the Undercity because he believed that Fenwick is the leader of the undead that have taken root in Silver Pine Forest, although he proves to just be an underling to Thule Ravenclaw. But ever since Thule Ravenclaw was removed from power, Fenwick appears to have separated himself from Thule and now tries to fish in peace and quiet. But after the Cataclysm, that quest was removed, and now Fenwick is just a rare mob located there, and when you aggro him, he just says, "All I wanted was a little peace and quiet," which does make you feel kind of bad for attacking him. On the other side, Killian Sonatha is just some forsaken vendor selling Longjaw Mud Snapper recipes and Rainbow Fin Albacore recipes, so quite the contrast between the two. And they also happen to choose a terrible place to fish, since now there's a bunch of machine guns set up here, and there's a bunch of big battles that occurs, so it's really not that peaceful or quiet. They should probably go somewhere else. But that's why Killian Sonatha and Fenwick Thatros are number 2. 1. And number 1 is, of course, my NPC, Kren the Pointless. Nah, I'm just kidding. And number 1 is the Pandaren deckhand located at the Soggy's Gamble in the Dread Wastes. And I had to put this at number 1 because I just love the fact that this panda guy is just carrying these giant ass fish on his head like it's nothing. He's just walking around, he goes back over to the thing and he's like, well, time to get more fish. And I know technically he's not like fishing, he's getting fish that have already been caught out of a crate, which somehow they're storing these fish in these crates. Like there's some tiny little crates and he's getting these giant fish out of them. So that's a feat in itself. But this guy is straight up taking these fish, jumping on land over to a rock, walking up a plank, going on the dock into the building, and then putting the fish away. Which, again, I don't know if he's putting it on the table or if he's putting it in one of the tiny baskets, but whatever it is, that's also insane. I also don't know how he manages to fit this fish through the door. Maybe some sort of fish magic, I don't know. And so just because he's not a, quote, fisherman, doesn't mean he's not a fisherman, right? Listen, this is a pointless top 10 anyway. I can do what I want. So that's why the deckhand carrying the big fish is number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, go watch some other Pointless Top 10s. You can actually learn about Kren the Pointless and Pointless NPCs. Go watch that. Or you can go watch squirrels, because I mentioned squirrels earlier in the video. Also, consider supporting the channel on patreon.com/Wowcrendor or by becoming a channel member. Okay? Okay. See ya.